Hi there, I'm Marcel of the Tarot Muse, and I'm here today to share a very beautiful and powerful meditation with you. It's a meditation that works with breath, and it's all about purification. And when I was living in Bali, I worked for a little while with a Balinese master who taught this to me. And the beauty about this meditation is that you can reach very deep, profound places with radical shift and change in quite a short space of time. So just to explain to you how it works, there's two parts to it. You practice it in the morning and you practice it in the evening. In the morning, you're working with two different meditations that are purifying the present moment as well as the future. And in the evening, you are purifying the present moment, the future, and the past. So the present moment is connected to the hara or the dantian. And this is a center in the belly, 3 centimeters below the navel. It's really important that you get that point right. And the hara is an energy center where all the meridians, which are energy lines that run through the body, meet. And so what you're doing is, as you're inhaling with the meditation, you're breathing and expanding the belly. You're breathing, you're bringing the breath to that point, and then you're exhaling. And so this connects to the present moment. The next meditation, and I'll explain both of these meditations to you in detail, but I just want to explain the outline of what it's about. So the first part is dealing with the present moment, and it's to do with the hara. The second point has to do with the solar plexus, which is the center of will and power and manifestation, and bringing things into manifest and making things happen. And if the mind is clear and healthy, you can manifest in a pure and clear and healthy way in the future. So your future manifestations come through clean. But if the mind is distorted and it's conditioned and it holds old patterns or belief systems, it will affect what it is that you bring into manifest. And this is all happening in the subconscious mind, which represents the past. And it's connected to the pineal gland, which relates to REM, the states that we enter into when we sleep, as well as DMT, the states that are produced by the pineal gland that have to do with the imagination. And you know, when we die, we release DMT and we have these altered states, as well as when we're born. But that's not important. So let's come back to the meditation. So we're working on 3 levels: the present moment, the future, and the past. And that's how this meditation purifies. Okay, so the 2 parts to the meditation: you practice it in the morning and you practice it in the evening. When you practice it in the morning, you do the 2 parts to it each, for starting with 10 minutes. So if you want to go longer, you can. You know, once you've been doing it for a month or so, it really starts feeling good, and you can just drift off far away to very deep places when you get deep with it. But in the beginning, your belly will still be tight, the hara is still tight, and so it'll feel uncomfortable. The mind will be very busy, there'll be a lot of noise, it'll be hard to get into it in the beginning. Maybe your back or your spine is uncomfortable, and you may have to lean against something to support your spine in the beginning. But if you can persist with it, it is the most powerful meditation. And I've tried everything, and this is by far the most powerful. And, you know, like I said, it happens quickly if you're able to commit to it for 3 months at least. So the first part of the meditation is, it involves bringing in the elements. So the Balinese are very connected in their culture to all the elements, of which there are 13. So we know about 5. We know about the earth element, the fire, water, air, and metal. But in the Balinese, they have 13 of them, and they work very deeply with all the earth elements. They're very connected to the elements in the earth. And they understand that everything in nature is made up of power and energy. And we have the ability to call this in. We have the ability to connect to it and to utilize it and to become stronger from it. And this is what the ancient teachings of the Balinese culture is about. This is what it teaches you, and this meditation is one of them. So the first part of the meditation is hands to the side, and before you start the meditation, you connect to the elements. You connect to the air, you connect to the sun, you connect to the nature. Whatever it is that you want to connect with that is in the nature, you connect to it, and then you come to the breath. And the breath involves breathing into the hara or the dantian. And as I explained before, the hara or the dantian, as it's known as, is 3 centimeters below the belly button or the navel. There's a point over there that as you breathe through the nose always, you expand, you breathe into the belly by expanding the belly, by pushing it out. And as you get really, really good at it over time, your breath becomes longer and slower. So you'll be able to breathe in for 7 seconds as you really expand the belly, and exhale, contracting the belly for around 7 seconds. So in the beginning it'll be short because that belly is tight. So 7 or however many seconds in, expanding the belly, and exhaling, contracting the belly. And that's all you do with the hands to the side, the eyes are closed, and the idea is that you really connect to the body and you become aware of the sensation. So in the beginning it's hard because what's happening is you're shaking up everything that's dormant within your being, and so the mind is activated. It's a little bit like a snow globe. When you shake it, it's all these little particles everywhere. Well, that's a little bit like your system when you first start with the meditation. So you have a very busy mind because it's starting to shake things up and purify it. But if you persist with it after a period of time, it becomes so much easier. And so the idea is that you're connecting to the prana or the life force energy in your body, and that's when you know it's working. That's when you know that you're not only pulling in the energy, but you're pulling in the power as well. Because if you're in your mind mostly and you're doing the breathing, you're only pulling in the energy. And a good example is when you hyperventilate for 10 minutes. Afterwards you feel light and buzzy. A little bit like when you do Wim Hof, you feel light and buzzy after it. You're pulling the energy, you're activating the energy, but it's not sustainable. It dissipates after a while. You want to pull the power in as well. So you know that you're pulling in the power when you're not in the mind, you're in the body, and you're feeling that tingling, buzzy sensation in your body as you breathe. Breathing into the hara 3 centimeters below the navel and out. And in and out. Eyes closed, hands to the side, and just keep breathing like this for 10 minutes. And once you're done with that, you then bring the hands to the solar plexus. You have your 2 fingers touching. The thumbs are touching on top. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to take the fingers and push it in to the soft part of the solar plexus, which is just below the rib cage. So there's kind of like a triangle where the ribs are, and there's a soft point over there. It's the gut. So you're pushing your fingers in to that point, and again breathing into the hara and exhaling. Slow, deep breaths, and you stay connected to the sensation in your body, and your eyes are closed, and you relax your whole body. So like I said, in the beginning it'll be intense. Your spine will hurt, your stomach will be tight, your breaths will be short, and your mind will be busy. But if you can persist with it, you start purifying on a very deep level. So this is the practice that you do in the morning, and in the evening you do the same exact practice, except you do it just before bed while you're looking at a candle. Okay. So if you have a lot of energy, you want to keep the candle low. So the candle's down here, so it's kind of creating a downward action, like a droopy action for the eyes. If you're very tired, make sure that the candle is at eye focus and it's keeping the eyes open. Okay, and you can do this for 10 minutes or you can do it for longer. But you want to do it every single morning and every single evening. And my challenge to you is to stick it out for 3 months. After about 2 to 3 weeks, it'll start getting easier. After a month, it'll get easier. After 3 months, you will not be the same person. You will have such strength in your energy field. Your vibrational field will be so strong, and you'll be a different person because you've done so much purification. So the whole point of the candle, looking at the candle, is it's purifying the subconscious mind. I unfortunately cannot explain the science to you about it, but I just know that it works. You will experience very strong dreams with a lot of detail, and after a period of time you'll start seeing themes in your dreams, and it'll bring up old memories for you. And what's happening is this is starting to purify the subconscious mind, and it's very useful every day to write down your dreams that you've had and see what patterns come out of it. And so the whole package of 10 minutes in the morning, and 10 minutes in the evening while looking at a candle is purifying the present moment, the future, and the subconscious mind. And like I said, after 3 months, you'll experience radical changes. So this may sound rather complicated, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to leave them in the comments, and I'll answer them for you. If you enjoyed that, please like and subscribe, because I will be posting more content of a similar nature. So thank you for watching. Bye for now.